Good day again.
Good day.
We are again here to a very interesting episode on Engineer Hegde. This Engineer Hegde was a great devotee of Baba. We are hearing the Leelas of Baba with Engineer Hegde, and this has been, this is being told to us by none other than Gopalkrishna Shenoy from Mumbai. So, Mr. Shenoy, before we start, let's start with the blessings of Baba.
Om Namo Bhagavate Nityanandaya Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
The previous episode was very interesting. Where you told us something about, you used the word, Ananya Sharanam. I think this is a very important word. And this probably is the crux of what Guru Bhakti is all about and what devotion to Baba was all about. Can you tell us more about that with Engineer Hegde in mind?
Yeah. The whole journey of Engineer Hegde, both his personal and spiritual journey, is very interesting. Last time we saw how he came in contact with Bhagwan Nityananda, how he came in contact with Sitaram Shenoy, how Bhagwan designed the relationship between Shenoy family and Hegde family for a purpose which was going to happen in a distant future. 2007, when Hegde died and there was nobody to perform the last rites, and I got that honor of doing it. So Bhagwan's designing of devotee's life was so well done and well defined that the purpose was not known that time, but later on as the time passes we could go, oh, this is the reason why Bhagwan planned this for us. So now let us go into the life of Madhav Hegde. He was a young person by that time when he had come to Mumbai, and he went specifically to Bhagwan Nityananda through Sitaram Shenoy to get guidance and divine intervention so that his life will flourish.
But did he get that guidance which you had actually gone there for?
Yeah.
Let's hear that from Shenoy. This is a very interesting episode.
You will find it very strange when you listen to this. Madhav Hegde had an engineering bent of mind. You saw how he designed Omkar using electrical bulbs. So he got a job as an apprentice in Majgaon Dock. Majgaon Dock was there. It was British Raj that time. India still did not have independence. It was British Raj. As an apprentice, he joined Majgaon Dock, and whatever stipend he was getting, And during his weekends, he used to go to Ganeshpuri. During one such visit, Bhagwan asked him, "What are you doing nowadays?" He said, "I got a small job as an apprentice in Majgaon Dock." "Yeah? What salary you are getting?" He said, "Few rupees."
म्हणजे त्यांनी असं विचारलं त्याला?
What salary you got? Few rupees. Stupid fellow, is that the purpose you have come? You should look for better prospects. You should not stick at one place. He said, "Every day I am reading newspaper for any good advertisement, any good opinion. Nothing is happening." "You are the most stupid fellow I ever saw. Have you not read the advertisement of Bevin training scheme from UK, from London? Bevin boys training scheme." This fellow got surprised. Baba saying Bevin boys training scheme
Sitting in
Ganeshpuri, where no newspapers come. So Baba, I didn't listen. Go to that interview.
Let's get back to one small thing. That time the newspapers were very, very important. And newspapers hardly any newspapers may have been coming to Ganeshpuri. There was no television, there was no internet. The sort of information outflow that we get, there's nothing. Yeah. We are in 20s, we are in 30s, 40s maybe.
40s. We are in 40s. And specifically saying Bevin boys training scheme from London. Yes, there was a Bevin boys training scheme introduced by Ernest Bevin, who was a labor minister in UK. And that scheme was given in India. So this fellow Hegde went back, looked at the advertisement and came back and said, no, I am not eligible because they want domicile of Maharashtra only, from Mumbai. I am from Karnataka. I will not get this. Again Baba scolded him. Why are you thinking negative? Why can't you look at life positively? Go and apply. He went and Baba said apply, irrespective of whether he was eligible or not. He went and made an application. Yes. After application, he was called for a medical test. There was a medical doctor who examined him, and Madhav Hegde, even in that age, was very robust. strong, physically very strong, tall, handsome, very handsome, huh? Very handsome he was. But this doctor failed him.
Maybe being with Sitaram Shenoy, he learned to be very.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because I think Sitaram Shenoy also was a very.
Gym, yeah, he was strong. We were having gymnasium that time.
Yes.
But this doctor failed him for some flimsy ground. Bade Hegde took life as a defeat. As usual, went back to Ganeshpuri. He said, that doctor has failed me. He said, do you have brain? Do you call something called head to use? Is there no superior to that doctor? Go to his superior and tell him this person has failed me. Bade Hegde, now Baba says there is no second this. He took courage and went to that institute, went to the Supreme, for the medical officer who was Supreme. He went to met him and said, I had applied for this job for Bevin's training scheme and I have been failed on medical. The doctor looked at him up and down. Are such a strong fellow? He has been failed in medical. He called for the report. He saw the report. He said, this report doesn't match with the person sitting at me. He called the doctor. How did you fail him? He gave some flimsy reason. He said, nothing doing. He is selected. So he got selected for that apprenticeship. Imagine a boy coming from Karnataka, looking at life in very negative way, that nothing can happen for me. Because those lives were very challenging in those days.
Yes.
We were in British Raj. Getting jobs were difficult. Getting opportunities were difficult. And we had so many limitations. We came from Karnataka. We didn't know the language. We were not well educated. In that situation, Bhagwan prodding him, pushing him, making him go ahead point by point. And then he finally got the opportunity to go to UK. He came back to Ganeshpuri, took Baba's blessing, took a ship, went to UK. Now this chap who is in 20s, very handsome, smart, very vocal in his talk. It was natural that ladies got attracted to him. Very natural, because in India such things were not known that time. But in UK it was common. So one particular girl got charmed by him. And she pursued, went on with him, went dating out with him and all that. And one particular winter, they went for a stroll in a garden. And since it was winter, it was very cold and there was nobody around. So she instigated him. And by the time he had undressed, suddenly Baba manifested in front of him. Believe me, this is in UK. In a cold night, when he was entering into an act which in Indian standard was considered to be sinful. In those days, it was not considered for a bachelor young boy or a young girl to get into a relation, physical relation, without marriage. At that particular moment, Bhagwan manifested in front of both of them. And the appearance of Bhagwan was so ferocious, like Narsimha avatar, no? How Narsimha came for Prahlad. And all the people around got frightened of Narsimha. Both of them started shivering. She saw someone coming and suddenly coming in between them and standing with his eyes full of anger, and he shouted at Hegde like anything. He said, "Did you for a moment think, what would your parents feel if they see you doing this here? How did I send you to UK for this? I'd send you to study and get training. And this is what you're coming to." And the girl literally gathered her dress and ran away. And Mahadev Hegde started shivering there. It was cold, snow was falling, and Hegde was shivering. Can you imagine? Somehow he managed to dress himself. Baba disappeared after shouting at him. He somehow gathered himself and started going back to his hostel, wherever he was put up. He went to the bus stop. Everyone was dressed in warm clothes and they were all shivering out of cold. And this fellow was sweating. The sweat was flowing from his head. So frightened was he. People started looking at this person. Everyone is feeling it so cold. And
what is this? What is
this boy happening? And he somehow boarded the bus. The conductor also looking at him, at his frightened face, running pale, full of sweat. And then he bought a ticket, went to his hostel. And from that day, he said, "No more fooling around. I have been sent for a purpose. I will complete my course. So he was there for whatever period the training period was there. He took that and he was very bright. One thing was that he was very bright, intelligent. Every quality a disciple should have, he had. In terms of robustness, in terms of his fearless, he was fearless, absolutely fearless. Nothing could frighten him. He could walk through anything without any fear. And he was good in his oration, talk. He could talk easily. And engineering instinct, basic instinct he had, so he could learn good. He came out with good flying colors. And after finishing his training, he came back to India. Went and took Baba's darshan, and Baba blessed him again. And then he started searching for job. He was in Mumbai and he started searching for job. He applied at several places, nothing happened. No opening was coming. Again British Raj. And when Baba said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I'm looking out for job and I'm not finding any job." "Stupid fellow, do one thing. You have a suit," because he had gone to UK, had stitched suit. "You wear a suit, take all your certificates in your hand, and every morning from 10 in the morning till 5 in the evening, go to PM Road, Firoz Shah Mehta Road at UVT,
Mumbai.
Baba knew Firoz Shah Mehta Road. And in that lane, walk up and down." Can you believe a strange way of finding a job? Wearing a suit.
You cannot think of a stranger way. And it's only that Baba has engineered again this new thing for
wearing a suit and walking down that lane from 10 to 5. Baba said, he felt, what is this stupidity he is telling me? But no, then you don't have any alternate choice. You don't have any choice.
And Baba says Baba.
So he wore a suit, took his certificate in his hand in a file, and every morning he started walking on the Firoz Shah Mehta Road. Even if you today go, there is a Firoz Shah Mehta Road.
Of course. It's a very famous
road. Business, I mean, a lot of offices are there. And he started walking up and down that lane. Several days passed, nothing happening. And this fellow was wondering, am I trusting a right guru?
You're talking of British Raj, no?
British Raj.
You're still British Raj.
Still British Raj. Anybody looking at me will think stupid. This fellow has no job. Every day morning is getting up, wearing a suit and going God knows where, and coming in the evening dejected. Am I something wrong with me? Am I sane? But there was no alternative. Baba, once he had surrendered to him, he had surrendered. Then there is no second thought. Yes. But thought normally comes. You're a human being.
Yes.
So such thoughts did come into his mind. But he continued walking. One day, suddenly a car stopped next to him. In those days, I think British cars were Hillman or something like that. It stopped in next to him. And the glass was rolled down. And a British head came out. Foreigner. White man's head rolled out. "Hey man," he called him. He went close to him. He said, "What are you doing? I see you every day wearing a suit and walking up and down this road. What are you up to?" The British felt stupid, that something wrong with this person. He said, "No, I am looking out for a job. My guru told me that I should move on this lane up and down from 10 to 5 and I'll find a job. With that trust in that one word sentence of his, I'm doing this." That fellow laughed. He said, "What are you?" He said, "I'm an engineer. I have been trained by Bevin from UK and Bevin Boys, and these are my credentials." He looked at me and said, "I'm looking out for someone like this, by this background."
"Oh, I see.
You come down tomorrow to the Lakshmi building. There is a Lakshmi building with Lakshmi on the top.
I know.
Come to Lakshmi building.
These are very famous landmarks of Mumbai.
Yeah. And my office is there. You come tomorrow with all your certificates and let us see whether you fit into my requirement."
Oh, I see.
Hegde felt all this walking up and down was really worth it. So my guru is sane, although I may not appear to be sane. So next day he went. He looked at everything. He said, "Okay, you are selected. You are to join. In 2 days' time, the ship is going to go to UK.
Oh, I see.
And you will be trained and you will be paid such and such handsome salary and all that." So coming to that he came back, and he was very happy now. He came back to Ganeshpuri to tell Baba. Even that time, the bus was used to stand far off. You had to walk at least a kilometer to reach the ashram. By the time he was half in the way, he saw Baba coming running towards him. Go back, go back, go back. He said, what happened? He said, go back just now.
What was it?
So I said, what happened? Yeah, I wanted to tell him that I got a job and all that. I want to show him my appointment letter and all that. This way, he is not ready to listen. He went back. The same bus was going back to Vasai. He caught that bus and went back home. No sooner he went to open his door, there was a man in a full uniform, white color uniform with a cap and all that. He said, are you Mr. Hegde? He said, Mr. Hegde, you have to catch your boat today. Unfortunately, it has been preponed. You have to leave immediately.
Oh my God.
What? He said, it was 2 days from now. He said, no, you have to leave immediately. So he said, now that was good. He came on time. That night the boat was to leave. He packed up and he boarded the boat. This is the way Mahadev Hegde got training and he got a job.
What a story this is, No, it's not a story actually, this is the what Leelas of Baba. What exactly? Unbelievable Leelas of Baba. And Baba is an amazing saint, And I'm so, this is such a great thing to hear these things from you.
And worry not to come on the same day. He would have lost his job because boat would have gone. And next boat would have taken several months to come.
Oh, I see.
So he took all these credentials and whatever, passport, everything he took with him. And he boarded the boat and he boarded the ship and he went for his job. Wow. This is the way he got the job. Now we'll come in the next third episode.
No, we have finished this second episode. Okay. And this was such an interesting episode. So we are coming back again to the next episode.
Now,
very soon.
Next episode you'll see how Mahadev Hegde loses job because of Baba.
So I think let's stop here.
Yeah.
Are we going to stop here?
Yeah, we'll stop. Yes.
So let's thank Baba and thanks Baba's grace for getting us together and allowing us to record these such great Leelas of Baba. Say Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai.